Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview January 6, 2015 on a Tuesday. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Beautiful white blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches and white capped waters. Absolutely gorgeous out there today. Traders, remember this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, again, great to be with you. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I am your moderator through the market opening preview series and also the Friday wrap-up. Friday wrap-up's a little bit different where we go over about between 10 and 15 daily charts and we look at what happened in the past and what might happen in the future. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. In 2008, I retired from the Fire Rescue Department out of the great state of Florida. And 9 days later, got on the Big Bird, came over to Thailand for a 3-month tourist visa, just to celebrate my 27-year career and look for a new one. And traders, well, I have to tell you, I'm still in Pattaya, Thailand, and I'm having a great time. I love living here. And if you're a trader, the time zone is excellent. You can actually trade Asia, London, and I do about 2 hours of New York, up to about the New York lunch, 3 hours in New York. By that time, it's about 11 p.m. my time, so I'm about done at that point. Traders, I am in the market every single day. I'm not necessarily in a trade every day, but I am in the market every day. I'm looking, I'm watching, and I'm paying attention to what's going on. Always want to be alert on what's happening. All right, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Meaning, if you are on a demo account and then you switch over to a live account, you'll see a change in your trading results because psychology comes into it. Once you see your hard-earned money, it's amazing how you react to different situations. All right, traders, let's get over to the news and commentary. Let's take a look at the numbers. The Dow 30 closed in the red at negative 1.86%. The S&P 500, wow, negative 1.82%. The NASDAQ also in the red at negative 1.57%, with the Russell 2000 also in the red at negative 1.45%. Absolutely amazing. Let's go over to the Euro side and wow, all red. The DAX, negative 2.99%. The FTSE 100, negative 2.00%. The CAC 40, negative 3.31%. Unbelievable. The Eurostoxx 50 is negative at 3.78. That is some really wild numbers there, my friends. So how about let's come on over to Asia. I don't think all our markets are opened yet in Asia. But let's start. The Nikkei 225, which is currently trading, is negative 2.46%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Sydney is negative 1.77%. The Shanghai is not open yet, so we don't have a number for yesterday, and the Hang Seng also is not open. The Kospi, however, is open, and it is negative 1.15%. Absolutely amazing stuff. That's a lot of it. I haven't seen that in a long, long time. Okay, so we had some trade balance out of the Aussie this morning in the Asia session, and that came out positive, and the Aussie pair moved between 35 and 40 pips on that news data. So let's run down here and see if we can find some high-impact news events for today. And at the moment, I have to tell you, traders, I don't see anything that is high impact. There we go. All right, so during the European session, we have the Great British Pound Services PMI. Be cautious of that. It's 90 minutes after the session opens. Please make note of that. So we do have some stuff coming out in the London session. Let's head now down over towards the U.S. session. And I don't see anything in the U.S. session. Oh, there we go. We do have a high impact data. We have ISM non-manufacturing PMI out of the U.S. today. So we have like one high impact event in each session. Traders, there's a lot of medium impact data throughout the day. and I mean a lot. So please make sure you keep your economic calendar next to you or on your laptop and watching what's going on so you don't get stung by the data bee. All right, commentary. Interesting start of the week. You're going to see some interesting charts here. A lot of these charts have continued in the trend, and they keep moving to the downside, and we'll come into areas where we're expecting bounces, such as like the euro yen. Looks like it's a correction mode, but it's at support now of the previous swing. So we're going to see how this works out. We're going to have to be very cautious with our entries today to make sure we don't make no mistakes. So what do you say, traders? Let's get over to the 60-minute Forex charts in review. And as usual, we will start with the euro dollar. This is the euro dollar. Pretty sloppy chart, to be honest with you. There was some price action here. You could have made some pips. Wasn't easy, but you could have made some pips. If you look at that red wick there, if you notice, that's a decision candle, indecision, which is a pattern at resistance, which we call an evening star, and you can see it did come down. Didn't come down very much. It actually came down from what is that? 97.35, and actually it came down to 88.75. So yeah, not a bad move. 50 pip move on that little move there. So that was not a bad deal. And also, where did it bounce from? It bounced from that 50% Fibonacci. And if you look to the left of the chart, you'll see it bounced several times there. So that was a pretty good spot to short if you were going to take this pair. Traders, for today's plan, we're just looking for this to come back up to that 50% or higher. Love to see it come back up to the 618. I am concerned, and I'll say this a couple of times, I am concerned that a lot of these gaps have not been filled. And gaps get filled, so we might see some bounces here where these gaps get filled, so we have to be real cautious of that. But we want this to come back up to the 1.1959 area, and let's short this little bad boy, the euro dollar, and we want to take profit at 1.1873. I think we have a good trade there. Hopefully price action will cooperate. Let's take a look at the pound. The pound just, was just doing its thing. It moved down. It hasn't closed the gap yet. It was pretty much sideways yesterday till late New York came out. And I don't remember if there was, I didn't think there was data in New York yesterday. Anyhow, you can see for the last 5 candles that it's just been, sideways. And we need this to pull up a little bit and give us a bearish candlestick formation. We'll take this down to 5,200, which is a great spot to do it. It's a psychological area, the whole 9 yards. Now, I'm not saying if you drew a trend line on that right there and it broke that trend line, you can take that down, folks, because you're at what, 52.55, and you're going to go all the way down to 5,200. So that's 55 pips if you took the trade right now down to our take profit area at 1.5200. So this isn't a bad spot to enter if you can get a bearish candlestick formation. I'd like to see it bounce up a little bit. And I wouldn't do anything till the London Open. We got to make sure that this doesn't give us a false breakout and this thing busts to the upside and covers that gap. Take a look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar, this is one of the ugliest charts I've seen in a while from the Aussie. However, it bounced. And what's happened is it's now at resistance. As you can see, I marked that there at 0.8100, and I am expecting some kind of movement to the downside. Same situation as the pound. You can put a trend line there and just take this and take it to the downside, grab your 20 pips and get out, or wait till it comes back up to that resistance line and retest it. Again, I wouldn't do anything till the London Open. And again, my concern is we have a gap that has not been filled. All right, let's take a look at our Euro Aussie, one of my favorite pairs. It's on the daily chart, it's bullish, but on everything else, it's bearish. So we're looking for this to come back up to this 50% fib. We need this to definitely come back up to this 47.98 area, and we could take this to the downside. It's not like the Euro and the Aussie and the pound where you could take this now and get 50 pips. We don't have 50 pips to support. We don't have enough pips to support to get us to break even. So this needs to give us a pullback at a minimum to the 38.2, give us a bearish candlestick formation to get into this pair and for an entry. However, just be aware that this again is in a correction mode, and it's the same as the euro yen on the daily chart where it's at support. So we might get a bounce here. So we just have to be careful of that. But I think the trade's a great trade. If price action works for us today, I think we have a great trade on our hands. All right, let's talk about the euro yen. I put that trend line in there just to show it to you. There's really no meaning to it other than we want to see this pop above that. We're way too close to support to take this down here. We're not going to trade short at support. Remember, we buy at support and sell at resistance. I would love to see this come back up to this 50% or 32% fib at 143.35, and then we will take this short. But we need to see this pop up. This needs to pop up above that trend line and give us a bearish candlestick formation and take it to the downside. I'm really concerned about this because, again, this is at support of the previous highs, the previous upswing on the daily chart, and we might get the huge bounce to cover that gap. So all these pairs, we're not going to do nothing till the London Open. We need to see the London Open and see what kind of reaction London takes to this price action. Now, this is a wacky one. Here we go. Let's look at the New Zealand dollar. Here we go. We got one gap was filled. The second gap has not been filled. This is a really easy trade setup because this is the only trade setup I had. You know, we've got a conservative trend line, which is right, and then we got the liberal trend line, which is the one all the way, the second trend line. So you can take it from either side, and just realize when you get to that second trend line, you're going to get a bounce there. So this is a little tricky, this New Zealand dollar. It's at, as you can see if you look left of the chart, at current price, exactly right where it's at right now. This is at resistance, so this is the spot where we want to take this. Again, I would not do anything, traders, until we got to the London Open. We do not want to be taking these trades in Asia. It's just not that kind of a day to be taking these trades in Asia. And we only have two high-impact news events today. All right, traders, I want to thank you for being with me today. Coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely beautiful, cold skies out there. It's blue. It's white sandy beaches and some white capped waters. Nice breeze coming through. I don't think I put my air conditioning on in a month. Absolutely beautiful. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me today. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, we'll see you tomorrow before the London Open. Take care and have a great day, and bye-bye.